Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Russ Mitchell in the WKYC studios.
And I'm Sarah Shookman, live in Dayton tonight, not far, Russ, from where you were after this all happened on Sunday. This is East 5th Street here, and it's not unlike our East 4th Street in downtown Cleveland. There are restaurants and bars lining both sides of this historic street where the shooting happened on Sunday. The mass shootings here and also in El Paso, Texas this weekend have a community, perhaps even a nation, devastated, grieving, and angry. And today, President Donald Trump came to visit here, these two cities now in the middle of a debate on gun control. Welcome or not, President Trump touched down at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
We're not going to disrespect our fallen ones.
With 9 families grieving, 27 more people hurt. Investigators are no closer to a motive here in Dayton, but Sunday's mass shooting has opened another wound of division.
He is not welcome here in Dayton. These mass shootings have been happening way too often.
Is President Trump welcome here today?
Depends on who you ask. He's welcome if he does something. If not, he can go back to where he came from.
We came to support the president. That's what we believe in, and I think as a country we should support our president.
Even if you don't agree with him, you have to support him and back him. He is our president.
Protesters and counter-protesters lined the motorcade route through the city as the president and first lady, along with Governor Mike DeWine and others, visited victims recovering at Miami Valley Hospital. One group drove this balloon from Chicago overnight.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love the big baby.
Yeah. When he saw the big baby, he said, "These are our people. This is where we're going to protest."
Others set up outside Ned Pepper's, the Oregon District bar where the shooting occurred.
Just a moment of silence.
A familiar face among the crowd, former Governor John Kasich, now a CNN political commentator, praying with the grieving.
Lord, help this woman. Her baby. Take away her fear.
You know, is an opportunity to be able to do my job, but also to have a chance to be here. You know, being here has been very important to me today, and be with the people, and just important to share a little bit of their pain and their grief.
The president didn't stop at the scene of America's 251st mass shooting this year before leaving for El Paso. The consensus here saying thoughts and prayers will not be enough to make it stop. President Trump did not take any questions from the media while he was on the ground here in Ohio, but he did talk about expanding background checks this morning before he left Washington. Now, early this afternoon, he left and continued on to El Paso for a similar visit. A short time after that, Dayton's Mayor Nan Whaley and Senator Sherrod Brown, who were here for the visit, held a press conference where they spoke about what the president did inside the hospital and their push for him to pass some common sense gun legislation. Here's what Senator Brown had to say.
How was he received by the patients?
Well, he was received well by the patients, as you'd expect.
I mean,
they're hurting.
What did he say to them?
Oh, he was comforting, and he did the right things, and Melania did the right things, and it's his job in part to comfort people. I'm glad he did it in those hospital rooms. Do you think you?
Now, President Trump has since tweeted about the visit and the press conference, and he tweeted saying it was a warm and wonderful visit, tremendous enthusiasm and even love. And then he goes on to say that Senator Brown and Mayor Whaley were, quote, totally misrepresenting what took place inside of the hospital. Their news conference after I left for El Paso was a fraud, end quote, though it is unclear exactly what President Trump is disputing there. So this afternoon, the president met with victims and first responders here and also from the Saturday shooting inside an El Paso Walmart. And protesters and supporters were there at the scene of the shooting where 22 people were killed. This as the first of those funerals begins there for the victims. One of 8 Mexican nationals killed in the attack was remembered today. So while Governor Mike DeWine here in Ohio has outlined some of those steps he would take yesterday, his key proposals for change, on the federal level, Russ, we did not get any concrete details today on what that could look like.
Sarah, as you look behind you, it looks like folks are coming there to Ned Pepper's in a steady clip, bringing flowers and candles. Is that correct?
They are, Russ, and I'm sure they continue to be since this weekend, really. At the height of this today, there were probably 400 people here waiting to see if the president would come by. Now, I would say it's pretty calm. It's very somber as people come by and add to the memorial that grows behind me.
Wow. All right. Sarah Schickman, we will see you at 7 o'clock tonight. Thank you so much.